Greetings, YouTube. I am currently in my shed. Gonna be a short video, kind of a continuation of an earlier video, kind of talking about what is the future. So yeah, let's get right to it. So this is the shop vac in which I purchased. It is a Vacmaster professional certified Hepa filtration, and it is the only 8 gallons 2-stage motor, ultra quiet. I mean, it's quiet for a shop vac. It's not like Mila quiet. It's a wet and dry vac, but it's certified Hepa, meaning that it can deal with dry dog, or it can deal with lead and any fine particulate, even asbestos, honestly. Though you should really, asbestos-wise, you should really consider hiring the professionals. But back to this, I bought this because I bought this before I bought the Mila that's inside. This is a wet and dry vac, but what's special about this particular shop vac is that it is the only one that I have been able to find to have a Hepa exhaust filter. Now then, I've pulled it out a bit more to where you can actually see it here. So one of the main components as to me purchasing this particular vacuum has to do with what is back here. So this is a Hepa, a pleated Hepa filter. And there's this gasket here, which is on the cartridge, which is nice. And this is for the exhaust. And as you can see in there, there's exhaust ports here, comes up. This is the sponge filter for when you use it for wet purposes. However, when using said vacuum, air does leak very minimally around in here. Very minimal. It actually gets sucked in from this side. Sucks in very minimally from here and exhausts very minimally from here. And again, very minimal. So let's just pop that back in there. See that. God darn it. Go. Latch that down, and that holds it securely. This is a better look at it. There are little attachment areas here for some of the, like the crevice tool and everything like that. Quite a large crevice brush with long, soft bristles, natural, would feel like natural. However, they're not. They appear long from the outside, but actually from the inside, the little plastic keeper. They only have, as you can see there, there's only like maybe a centimeter worth, about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of actual play before you hit this plastic piece, which is fine. It has little air ducts that keeps you from sinking too far onto something with high pressure. Then you have the handle here with an oil leaf valve, buttons for attaching the extension, two metal extension tubes, and a floor head. And all of these are rated for both wet and dry use, all of the attachments. Also, here is what would you call this? Tool. Tool fitter. So if you're putting this on, like, I don't know, a chop saw, or trying to retrofit onto a tool to keep, or a shroud to keep, to suck up the dust, this is what this is for. And they all just store back here nicely. Yeah. It's on wheels, as you can see there, with locking. Again, on the inside, unlatch these, and everything's pretty plasticky, but it's not the worst plastic I've had to deal with. I mean, it's the hinges aren't my favorite sort of construction. There are metal hinges, but that variant of this was discontinued. I wish it wasn't, because I would have liked to have bought the one that had the metal housing and the metal hinges. Well, you pull this off, and what you see there is the pre-filter, cloth pre-filter, and then behind this is a certified Hepa cartridge, and it's big. I mean, it has a good amount of surface area. We'll look into here, and here are the bags. A good, decent quality bag. Again, there's a cardboard sleeving here which leaks because the gasket that actually goes on here came out of where it was on. Not the greatest of designs. Also, what you see is this is a 10-gallon bag for the 10-gallon variant, which is, again, interesting. But it works in here. It works perfectly fine. You just won't fill up the bags, which the bags are so big anyway, you honestly won't fill them up considering the amount of room that is left once you put this giant cartridge in there. But so far, no real big super complaints. There is a gasket here, which is nice because there are some brands that don't provide gaskets, which is fun. So let's reattach this right on here, and it looks relatively lined up. I like the claspies at the same time, but it really doesn't matter with that gasket. And it lives right in that corner there. The cord has a little holder thing that you can see there, that I winded up, and I have it snaked around and plugged into that surge protector. So I'll just put this back where it goes and then resume here shortly. So we're back. The back is back where it's supposed to be long term. There's a little bit of a close up of the floor tool. Pretty stiff brushes. I mean, really stiff, but very narrow, which allows a lot of good suction. No wheels, which is fine. What I use it for. Again, the nubs to hold the two pieces together. Your air relief here. I'm actually going to vacuum here because the floor has gotten a bit dirty. Anytime I use the tools, I tend to take the turn the pressure relief valve on in order to make it a little bit easier to push. And again, plenty of suction for what I'm using it for. So here we go. When I'm done using it on the floor, I'll take it and convert it to use it on the bench. Here we go. I have it attached directly to the handle. I'm going to just quickly run over the bench top here. So that, my friends, concludes the short use and overview of this Vacmaster certified Hepa 8-gallon wet dry vac with Hepa exhaust filter. Like I might have mentioned in an earlier video, at the start of this video, I may put tape, some metal ducting tape, on the two of these cracks to truly minimize the amount of air loss. Those are the only two places that I was able to find that had any sort of air loss. Besides that, it is a pretty sealed, pretty sealed system, and it has two HEPA filters before the motor and after the motor, which is super nice. But yeah, that concludes this short video here.